It's Thursday. I'm Andrew Dow. Time for Happening in the Hamptons podcast, our weekly breakdown of the Hamptons market, new listings, and events on the East End. We are sponsored today by New York Title Abstract, the Hamptons' leading title insurance firm. Visit NewYorkTitle.com. We have Mr. Steve Glick, Dave Rutiner. Today, return guest, Miss Aimee Martin, and also joining us, Julienne Penza-Boone. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Excellent. She is the executive director of the Westhampton Beach Performing Arts Center, which is an outstanding place to go to see a bunch of live shows. Steve and I have daughters that have performed there with Peconic Ballet Theater. Just an amazing place, beautiful atmosphere, and a lot going on this summer. So let's start there. What do you have going on? Because I think we're like full swing summer season now.
We are, and it really snuck up on me because it's been so cold and rainy. It was hard to believe that we're already here. But yes, the Performing Arts Center, truly, this summer you're going to see so many world-class artists, but we're so much more than that. We're really a beacon for the arts in the region, but we are truly a community resource. We're so vital to our local community. So whether it's having these big names in music and comedy, we're also serving over 10,000 students each year. We have a school day performances program that brings in young people on school buses across Long Island, and it's really their first exposure to live theater during the school day. We also have a flourishing, vibrant arts academy where kids are working on productions and performing like your daughters.
Great.
Yep, and then week-long camps during the summer. We also have a first-run film program, so we're screening documentary and foreign films, and a lot of times after those screenings, we have conversations with the filmmakers themselves.
Very cool.
Yeah, so really, in the summer months, we are 7 days a week, truly.
Yeah.
It's wild. But even in the off-season months, we're going. And, the thing that we have that not many venues on Long Island can claim is that we are truly a not-for-profit. So tuition, ticket sales, that only covers about half of what it takes for us to keep our doors open. And then we really rely on our community to keep us going.
What does not-for-profit mean?
Yeah, so...
why would you not want a profit?
Right. Well, the idea is that it's mission-based, right? So we are really a community resource. That it's not about ticket sales. So we're just putting schlock on our stage that's going to sell. We are really committed to meeting the cultural aspirations of the area, right? So we're able to present acts that we wouldn't be able to have otherwise because we have the support of generous donors.
And I have the privilege of serving on the board of directors at the PAC, and I have to tell you, it's such an honor because every time I talk to Julienne and her team, it's just... I am so impressed with what they can accomplish with such a lean team. There's only 8 of them. And when you hear about the shows they put on, they never stop throughout the year. It's not just summer. And one thing that I find is very impressive, obviously a nonprofit needs the support of the community to really grow and thrive. And one of the things is that it takes almost $2 million a year to keep the curtains up and everything flowing, but they're very fiscally responsible. Most nonprofits operate with every cent that is given to them, 70 to 75% goes to their mission. The PAC, 81 cents of every dollar goes to programming, and that's very impressive. Yeah. Also, if you've been there, you know that there are no obstructed views. It's amazing seats, only 425 seats. It's a jewel box of a theater. I think it's one of the reasons real estate values continue to rise in Westhampton Beach because people know it is something that makes it a treasure of the community. I always love this factoid. The last row in the balcony is the same as center orchestra of Carnegie Hall.
Right.
So, like
that's
distance-wise?
fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Really?
great.
Yes.
Well, we've been to a lot of shows. There's
Yeah.
never been a bad seat,
No.
and it's been a great time. The sound system is great.
Oh, it's state of the art.
Yeah, you
It's
must
state of
have
the art.
enhanced that over the years. Cause
We
it's-
have.
yeah.
We got a big grant from Suffolk County last year to upgrade it, and it is truly, I'm not just making this
I
up.
noticed it. It was real.
Yes, it is the best sound on Long Island. In fact, our guys just had a training, and they came in and they said, this is the equipment equipment that Taylor Swift uses.
Oh,
on tour.
wow.
I mean, it's really world class. And truly, again, to Aimee's point, the fundraising is so key for us because the other thing, people cannot believe with only 400 seats, and we're going to go through some of the names that come through, but it really is because we've put ourselves on the map. And
But you have the acts.
yeah.
You gotta, talk about some of the acts.
World famous.
Yes.
World famous people.
Who could we see this summer?
Well, the one I'm going to start with who I'm most excited to see because we just announced her and she goes on public sale this Friday. We're going to have Chelsea Handler this summer.
Cool. Wow.
Huge
So
deal. Thursday. Thursday.
And she's doing
funny.
two shows, right? We hope, or no?
Well, for now, it's just the Thursday show,
Oh,
but we
okay.
anticipate we'll probably be adding a second show.
We're hopeful for 2, but this is great to see her.
Yes,
All right.
she's just so incredible and so funny. And, I read all of her books and I just think she's a riot. And then also we have Colin Jost coming July 26th. And, he's Weekend Update. That show is actually almost completely sold out already.
I bet.
Not Colin Quinn.
Yeah, not Colin Quinn. So this is the summer of 2 Collins.
Yeah.
We've got Jost and Quinn. Quinn is actually tomorrow night, this Friday, and we love him. He's been back many times. But really young, hot comedians. We've got Hannah Berner, who is a Westhampton Beach local herself, but killing it. I mean, her podcast, Giggly Squad, they're playing Radio City, and she's with us for 2 nights. Nimesh Patel, hilarious. Sheng Wang. We're trying a new thing. It's called Updating. It's for real Gen Zs. My 20-year-old daughter is very excited about it. But it's a dating show where they blindfold the contestants.
Oh, no way.
Yep. And the comedians, I've already told my board, please do not come because it is so raunchy and crazy, but it's going to be hilarious. We have...
Wait, so it's a dating show live?
Yes.
On stage?
Yes, a live
People are
dating show.
blindfolded. This is whole thing.
And they
this is
just...
cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's going to be great. You should. And then we have incredible musical talent. Sutton Foster, who
Love
is
her.
just like next level. Of course, she's all over the tabloids, but aside from that, she has just the most incredible voice and is hilarious. And that show's almost sold out as well. And then we have really great tribute acts. People love tributes, but our thing is if we're going to have a tribute, they have to be the very, very best. So the musicality is just off the charts. And it's funny, we have some of the tributes that maybe you would expect, like a Fleetwood Mac and Eagles, Chicago, ABBA, but we also have a Sabrina Carpenter tribute. That's on July 25th, and she is so great. We did a Taylor Swift tribute last year that was really, really fun, and the Sabrina one is going to be right on par with that, and I'm so excited because Sabrina is putting out new music this summer, so I think that'll be really, really fun. But what's important to us is that we have a diversity of
There's
acts.
a lot of different acts. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
like we want all ages to come. So like we're going to have My First Ex-Husband starring Joy Behar and Susan Lucci and John Lloyd Young, who was the original Frankie Valli and Jersey Boys. And then, we'll do that crazy updating thing for the younger set. We also have Tig Notaro, an incredible comedian. Mike Del Giudice, who people just love.
He's a Long Island
He's
favorite.
a Long Island favorite.
Yeah.
He's, it's very seldom we bring people back year after
He's
year.
Billy Joel, right?
But he's one of those people. And then I'm super excited. This is a fun one. We have the band Perry coming August 24th. Their big song, If I Die Young. And so it's always fun to have like a little taste of country in there. I always try to get that in. Samantha Bee is coming in September. Sheena Easton, David Sedaris. Zarna Garg, who is an incredible Indian comedian. The list goes on and on and on. And
David Sedaris, he's the author, right?
that's right.
He's hysterical. I went to his show last time, and he is so droll, but very
sardonic.
funny.
Yeah, I love him.
Do you ever think to get a magician going up there?
We have a magician. I'm so glad you asked. We have Piff the Magic Dragon. If you've ever seen him on America's Got Talent, he is hilarious. And he just won the Magic Castle's Magician of the Year. So he is off the charts, amazing. And he'll be July 6th.
They got it.
I know. I'm so glad you asked about that.
Well,
There's like an
I brought it
actor.
up
do.
because
That's crazy.
on Netflix last night, I watched this magician. It's called Magic for Humans.
Oh, who
with
is it?
Justin Roman.
We've had Justin twice. Yes.
I couldn't believe it.
And
My
couldn't
kids,
believe
Jack
it.
and
I was
Flynn
like-
were. I mean, when he performed, he was amazing.
It's
He's
unbelievable.
so great.
I mean, even the zip code thing where he remembers all the zip codes.
Yes,
Supposedly
yes.
he really does know.
Yes, he's
You know?
great. And, I have to tell, I have the advantage. We've had him, we've had Oz Perlman, and I really try, you guys, because we've had them multiple times. I really try to figure out how they do these things. Can't. They are amazing. They are amazing.
That's so funny. Well, that sounds like a very full summer into fall.
So full.
I don't know when you're going to take a day off. or
Never.
That's
Never. But
wild.
who would want to? I have the best job in
That's
the
a
world.
good job.
Yeah.
I guess you get to meet and greet with everybody. You're
Oh my
like,
gosh. We had Alex Edelman last weekend. He was so funny, but also just like the sweetest guy. I mean, that's the other thing. Some of these folks come in and they can't really believe, like they come in and they're like, oh, this is a very small theater. I'm not used to playing this small. And then by the time the show's over, they are just so delighted. Like he was walking out the door, like, when can I come back?
That's great.
When can I come
That's
back?
amazing.
Yeah, it's special.
So one of the big things about the theater that I think is great is what it does, not just, for the town as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, every show that we've gone to, it's like you go get a cup of coffee before
Yes.
the show, you get dinner afterwards. There's so many different restaurants and coffee spots and places to shop and eat.
Yeah, listen, that's a key component of our
Yeah,
mission
yeah.
is to stimulate the downtown economy of Westhampton Beach. We take that really seriously.
and it's important. So, with that being said, Aimee,
Yes.
you're like a Westhampton Beach insider. So what is going on? What's new in town?
Well, if you walk down Main Street, there's a couple of new things that people are excited about. Dave, I know you like to film all your
food.
social media about food. And so here's a new place for you to go to, Harv's Pizza and Dogs. What better
man.
combo is that? Hot dogs and pizza.
For a second, I thought that meant like it was a pizza place that
you
you
could
were
bring a
allowed
dog
to
to.
bring your dog to.
No, but you know what? I have brought the menu for you if you want to stop by, because their hot dog toppings include everything from sour cream to sports peppers. So
Sour cream. Also.
never heard of a hot dog with sour cream, but I'm sure you'll try it and report back for us. And then also,
Sounds delicious. I don't know what the laughter about. It sounds awesome. These hot dogs look and sound amazing.
Yep. And then if you want to step above pizza and dogs, everybody's anxiously awaiting for Donahue's Steakhouse to take over the spot where Post-Op Cafe, which was a beloved restaurant for many years. And if you don't know about Donahue's, they were an institution on the Upper East Side for 75 years. So great steaks. Everybody's hoping they'll come open their doors soon. If you've driven down Montauk Highway, Cidarella's is finally up, but not open. But hopefully that will also happen this summer.
I feel like that's the sign that things are going well in a town, is when Cidarella
shows
opens.
up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got Justin's Chop Shop, which is also
There's a
amazing.
lot going on. I love
Is.
Westhampton.
Yeah.
We've just added, they're going to be opening Suki Zuki, which has a watermill location. Now that's going to be in Westhampton Beach where the old Sushi One was. So people are super excited about that too. But yeah, Westhampton Beach is really,
Suki, that's authentic. They got,
Yes.
Toro is Japanese. It's really
yes.
good.
And we also have Sushi by Boo, which is a fantastic omakase. That's in sort of like a speakeasy hidden location in Westhampton Beach. It's
Ooh,
really
you have
fun.
to tell us about that. Other things happening, not restaurant related, but I think if anybody's again driven down Main Street, you've noticed that on the Great Lawn there's a new windmill.
Yes.
It's been going up for a while. It's been restored. And the fun thing I like to tell people about this new windmill, which is known as the Governor John Adams Dix windmill from 1870, is that I sold the house in 2021 that windmill came from. So really kudos to the buyers of that home on Sunswick. I sold Dee Dee and Adam Hutt because they generously donated it, and the Historical Society and generous supporters have been restoring it. There's going to be a ribbon cutting ceremony on July 2nd at 10 a.m. at the Great Lawn. And here's a little fun factoid. There are 11 restored windmills on Long Island, and none of them pumped water like this windmill did. Most of the windmills were used for agricultural purposes. But actually back in the day when the railroad, came to Westhampton and all these grand summer mansions, were on the beach and people were coming from New York City to escape the heat. These windmills were on so many homes that actually Westhampton Beach became known as Windmill Town. Really? Something I never knew. But what they did was these windmills hauled water from wells to a water tank in the upper part of the mill, which distributed running water and helped flush toilets. And imagine that back in 1870. Wow. So it was a luxury. So anyway, fun little connection there.
And it's going to be a pumping. They're going to be pumping water in this mill, which is really cool. Yeah, it's going to be a functional windmill, so for educational purposes.
So you go to the
right.
bathroom in there.
Yeah, you could.
It's not a public toilet, dude.
You could. But if you haven't seen it yet, it's really beautiful and distinct. Like I'm not going to lie, I have my suspicions about this windmill, but it really is unique and like it's a light color and it's really pretty.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
You see it right there when you make that turn, around the roundabout. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
And I sold another house with a windmill on Seafield Lane not too many years ago. So I guess I'm the windmill agent.
There you go.
It should be a thing. I don't know why, like we have the windmills that generate electricity and everyone, gives it a hard time because they're eyesores for some people. It's like just build the old-fashioned ones.
Right.
Everyone will love them.
Everybody has a windmill at their house, and you're good.
I love it.
Yeah.
So there are a couple other things to talk about that's new to Westhampton that I'm excited about. Obviously in real estate, I try to get people to rent homes and buy homes. But if you are in town and just need a weekend getaway, there are 2 new hotels in town. 7 Beach on Beach Lane has been drawing a lot of people. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you just want to come in and enjoy the food, they have wine tastings. They have events. You can pick. If you stay there, they'll pack a picnic basket for you to take down to the beach. And it has.
You should run for mayor of Westhampton Beach.
I prefer selling
so
real estate,
but
I am passionate about
it's really
Westhampton,
nice to
Quogue, Hampton Bays. This is where we live, and I want to support the community. Back to 7 Beach, they have 16 rooms, and Esquire just named it one of the best new hotels in 2025.
Oh.
You also probably read about 3 Ducks. The Seabreeze Motel sat vacant for quite a while, and this just opened to some buzz, 12-room boutique hotel. Both of them prices start around $600 a night and go up from there.
Wow. There's a ton going on.
There really is.
So that's a good transition to the real estate stuff. It is a real estate podcast. We do have to talk a little real estate. And let's start with Steve with the numbers. Big picture, focusing on the Hamptons. What do we got?
Yes, this week 26 listings went into contract. Last year 27, small decrease there of 4%. 2 years ago there were 23 listings that went into contract. So it increased there of 13%. So pretty steady over the past 2 years of listings going into contract. Breakdown to 26 transactions, 1 between 10 and 15 million, 3 between 5 and 10 million, 8 between 3 and 5 million, 4 between 2 and 3 million, 6 between 1 and 2 million, and 4 under $1 million. The dollar volume was $86 million. Last year was $90 million, so a small decrease of 4%. 2 years ago was $93 million, so a small decrease there of 8%. So again, pretty steady with the dollar volume over the past 2 years. 37 new listings came onto the market. So that's been something we've been seeing the past 4 months now in the high 30s of new listings coming onto the market. That increases the inventory by 11 listings, and the breakdown of the 37 new listings. There was 1 over 20 million, 1 between 15 and 20 million, 2 between 10 and 15 million, 6 between 5 and 10 million, 6 between 3 and 5 million, 2 between 2 and 3 million, 14 between 1 and 2 million, and 5 under $1 million. The total inventory is at 1,945 total listings, 1,512 active, and 433 in contract. So a good, healthy week in the Hamptons. We've been seeing this for the past 3 or 4 months now with 20 plus listings going into contract, 30 plus coming on.
All right. And one listing that you wanted to mention in particular is
34 Ram Pasture in Hampton Bays is an exclusive of mine. Every day pretty much people say, how's the market? if you're a real estate broker. And, Steve just gave us the rundown. And I think one of the things it shows is that more listings are coming on. And that's great news for buyers who have been clamoring for it. It's still a seller's market, though. If a seller wants to sell, it's still great because we still have limited inventory. So I think a lot of people are wondering, what's happening in real estate because of what's going on in the world, the global economy, the tariffs. But I am a firm believer that while we don't have a crystal ball, real estate's always been a solid hedge against inflation. And right now, I'm finding many, many savvy buyers are looking to place their money in real estate because it is a good long-term investment. And one of those, I think, there are a lot of opportunities out there right now, and one of them is my listing at 34 Ram Pasture. If you don't know where it is, it's the desirable Ram Pasture area of Hampton Bays. It's close to the ocean, and this is a really great waterfront value. It's priced at $3,299. It's 2 for the price of 1. You have a main house that's a 3-story Victorian dating back to 1898. It overlooks Tiana Bay, amazing, amazing sunsets. It's one of the few places that has a sandy beach at all tides. Wow. And you have a large dock for boating purposes. So it really has a lot going for it. Yeah. But the main house has been updated in terms of mechanicals, but it still retains all the original charm of bullseye molding and pocket doors. As if that's not enough for the $3,299, there is a charming cottage right next door with 1,100 square feet. That was built in 2010, so that's in great condition. Tons of room for entertaining, relaxing by the water. You've got a wraparound porch. So I can't speak highly enough about this listing. It's a great value, and of course, I'd love to show it.
Sure.
Sounds fabulous.
There you go. It is. It's a great listing, great area. A lot to offer there for sure.
We saw that one, right, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was beautiful there.
Great property.
I almost, I don't know what you're going to add to this, Dave, but I do want to give you your time to shine because
whatever.
there's a lot going on in Westhampton. We covered that.
Yeah.
But what else do you got? This weekend, anywhere else?
So you forgot there's a farmer's market.
Oh, of course, the farmer's market.
I don't know
you know what? That's
I don't know how you missed it.
Well, that's like the one time I have to sleep and not be at Westhampton Beach, so I often miss the farmer's market.
And I'm off.
Every Saturday in Westhampton Beach there's a farmer's market from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then, of course, this weekend, what's going on? We got Colin
Quinn.
Yep, we got Colin Quinn this weekend on Friday. And then who do we have on Saturday?
Oh, and then we have Randy Rainbow on Saturday, who is hysterical. But, do your research because depending where you fall on the political spectrum, it might not be for you. But both of those shows have very limited.
Yeah, he's funny.
Well, we saw Colin Quinn last year. He was pretty political.
Yeah, he is. But, he does it in such a clever way. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my rule.
This is how I plan on solving everyone's problems.
Yeah,
funny.
Exactly. We like equal opportunity offenders. That's what we go for.
That's good.
But very limited tickets left on both of those, but there are still tickets.
And Tom Papa's coming. I don't know if we mentioned him. He's my favorite. I love him
too.
Yeah, he's my favorite too, actually. I follow him on Instagram. He makes sourdough bread on
yes.
Ever since COVID.
The name of this tour is the Grateful Bread Tour.
Yeah. He's so funny.
Genius.
And then he has this description. He rides motorcycles. That it was like a viral video, and he's riding a motorcycle, or he's being interviewed by somebody. He's like, "Can you describe what riding a motorcycle is like?" And he's like, people don't realize how beautiful it is. It's almost like traveling through time. He's like, they don't realize that as you ride a motorcycle, there's different smells every 20 feet. There's different sights every 20 feet. You feel the breeze running through your hair. He's like, it's almost like being on horseback, but it's more magical.
Wow.
And then he's like, but if you fall, you die.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the punchline.
That's right.
But it's like so beautiful the way he says it. I don't think I did it justice, but it's so beautiful the way he says it. And then they play the music in the background. It's like this romantic music. And then he's like, but then if you fall, you die.
I love him.
In the rain.
That's it, yeah.
All right, good. Anything else to add? I mean, you sound extremely busy. Aimee, I know you are. So anything before we let you guys go?
Rentals are still available. There's lots of inventory because a lot of people in the Hamptons bought houses during COVID. So there's a lot of inventory. People are now renting them. So if you're still looking, great opportunities out there. People are adjusting prices. Everybody's looking forward to renting and therefore flexible on pricing. I have 2 great ones right in the village. Since we're talking about Westhampton Beach, 87 Beach Lane is available last 2 weeks since people do like short-term rentals. 87 Beach is only half mile to the village and also half mile to the ocean.
Perfect.
So that's a great one. I have a waterfront in Hampton Bays, Remsenburg, Quogue. I hope if anybody's looking for rentals, keep that in mind. I think once the city starts heating up, I think the phones are going to start ringing for rentals.
I think that's this weekend because it finally it's going to be like
some
hot,
beach weather.
sunny.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yep.
coming.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining us. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Great to see you
Good luck
guys.
this summer. It sounds like you guys have a great lineup. Is there anywhere people can go for more information? You want
Yes,
to give them
if you
quick
visit whbpac.org, everything is there. And also give us a follow on Instagram. We have some really fun content, WHBPAC. And yeah.
plug? Outstanding. Great. Thanks, everybody. All right. Have a great Thursday. Have a great weekend. I'm Andrew Dowd. That is what's happening in the Hamptons.